Welcome to the KU Law CSO's presentation on summer stipend funding. I am Meredith Wiggins, Assistant Director of Career Services and Judicial Clerkships, and I will provide a quick overview of questions about summer funding. I'll begin by reviewing some basic funding information, eligibility requirements, and how to apply, then go a bit more in-depth about each potential funding source: the Braymeyer Fund, the Bradley Fund, the Giffen Fund, the Bond Fund, and the Pills Fund. Finally, I'll review the next steps for any applicants who are awarded summer stipend funds. Let's start by acknowledging an unfortunate reality. While the CSO firmly believes that all work should be paid at a livable wage, currently many legal employers offer unpaid or low-paid internships, and these internships can offer valuable experience. The CSO stipend program is intended to help with the costs incurred by students that accept these roles, not to replace a full-time salary. Because our funding is limited, we cannot guarantee any applicant a stipend, but most students who apply do receive an award of some size. The individual size of an award will vary based on a student's demonstrated financial need, the overall number of applicants, the overall pool of funds available, and which funding source a student's job fits into. Students whose awards come from the Braymeyer or Bradley funds typically receive stipends in the $1,500 to $3,500 range. Students whose awards come from the Pills, Giffen, or Bond funds will typically receive stipends in the range of $750 to $2,500. You must have a job offer in hand to be eligible to apply for summer stipends, but not all summer work experiences will qualify. So, what does qualify? Public interest internships when financial need exists. These experiences can be paid or unpaid, but preference is given to unpaid opportunities. For-credit field placement opportunities also qualify, with preference given to volunteer or not-for-credit opportunities. Paid private legal internships apply if they are located in the state of Kansas in a county other than Douglas, Johnson, Sedgwick, Shawnee, or Wyandotte counties. Unpaid work with private employers is categorically ineligible for summer stipends. Summer stipend applications vary based on which fund a student's role best fits. Students can pick up applications from the CSO, where a staff member will help them determine which application they should complete. All applications require an application form, resume, and a statement of purpose regarding your summer internship. Some may also require a completed budget worksheet. Now, let's talk about specific funding sources. The Braymeyer Fund is a stipend source dedicated to providing funding to incentivize students to accept summer work in small or rural Kansas communities. These jobs must be located in a Kansas county other than Douglas, Johnson, Sedgwick, Shawnee, or Wyandotte. Remote positions do apply. For this stipend fund only, jobs with public interest and private employers are eligible. Public interest roles can be paid or unpaid. Roles with private employers must be paid to qualify. Because not many students accept these roles each year, students whose work do qualify may receive bigger stipends than students applying through some other funds. There's simply more money to go around. If a student's summer internship doesn't qualify for Braymeyer funds, we'd next look at whether it qualifies for Bradley funds. Bradley funds are reserved for students working public interest internships or field placements in the areas of environmental law or voting rights. These funds are not location specific. They must be with public interest employers. The job can be paid or unpaid, and it may be volunteer or for credit. Funding preference goes to unpaid and volunteer positions. Again, because we have relatively few students that spend their summers working in these areas of law, students awarded stipends through the Bradley Fund may qualify for larger stipends than students applying through the Giffen, Bond, and Pills funds. The Pills, Giffen, and Bond funds have the least restrictions on their use, so most students' applications will pull from these funding sources. Because of that, these stipends are often smaller than those awarded to Braymeyer or Bradley Fund students, though usually still in the $750 to $2,500 range. Students applying to the Bond, Giffen, and Pills funds must work in a public interest internship or field placement. This job can be located anywhere. It can be paid or unpaid, and it can be volunteer or for credit. Opportunities with private employers do not qualify, and funding preference goes to unpaid over paid jobs and volunteer over for-credit positions. One additional note regarding PILS funding. PILS is an acronym for Public Interest Law Society. There is a PILS student group here at KU Law. The PILS Fund gets money from direct donations, as well as interest on endowed funds, and sometimes from fundraising efforts of the PILS student group. Being a member of PILS is a plus when student applications are evaluated. Additionally, any money donated from the PILS student group will be used only to support stipend requests from PILS members. Full disclosure, I am a staff sponsor for the PILS student group. Students will be notified about their stipend award amount, if any, within a couple of weeks of the application deadline. Students who are awarded funds must then take 3 additional steps. 1. Sign a letter of agreement provided by the CSO that outlines the expectations for your role and for the funding that you will receive to support it. 2. Write a thank you letter to the donors that have supported this funding source. And 3. Complete and return a W-9 form to the CSO so that KU's Human Resources Department can begin processing your payment. You should allow a few weeks for HR to process your stipend award. Unfortunately, the CSO has no control over the timeline in which you'll receive your award. This concludes our presentation about summer stipend funds. If you have additional questions, please contact the CSO directly. Thanks for viewing, and rock chalk!